right, hello everybody. I know it's been quite some time since you saw the dynamic duo of me and Coops, but we are back.
That's right.
We are here and we are ready to. Oh, they're already getting started, so let's go.
Caught you and I off guard too, you know.
Yeah, already, but that's just fine. Already a difference in routes. We got Waiter starting Pharaoh first, and we got Jorge starting Bright first. Oh, Jorge taking a brief spill into the first pit of Bright. Happens to the best of us.
Oh boy. Oh man.
Fortunately, not a huge, absolutely terrible setback, but a little bit of a bummer. Waiter not going for coil, just getting over the pit to get to balloon. Nails it. That's got to be a huge relief. That's always a little bit of a nail biter when you...
Yeah.
Getting on over to balloon. So the big differences in these routes, it's only about a 6-second difference. Pharaoh is 6 seconds faster for getting the balloon and the Pharaoh weapon, which you're going to use in the next stage, the Bright stage, to save some time. And I know Waiter does both of those strats. We'll see if he opts to use Pharaoh instead of the balloons in Brightman's stage, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did go for the balloons. Just quickly talk about these runners. They're both very good. Waiter has been putting in a ton of work this year. He's a part of a handful of runners that I feel like their PBs on paper need to catch up with their actual skills. Because Waiter, the amount of grinding and practice Waiter has done is tremendous, and he's really grown. But he just hasn't put the ratio of his runs to his practice isn't caught up yet. And I think that once it does, we'll see some really good times from Waiter. Jorge is very, 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 very good Mega Man 5 runner. We're very glad he could be here to play this Mega Man 4 with us. He's very good at that as well. I anticipate this being a very fairly even matchup and an exciting race, kind of like our last one. So
yeah.
We'll see what goes down. Waiter taking on Pharaoh, like we mentioned, if you were around for previous race, he's a goof. He can either jump to your location, he can jump around all wild and throw those orbs, or he can stand in place and throw those big old charge shots. Ooh, Pharaoh being real disrespectful to Waiter. Waiter takes him out just fine. He has a little bit of a lead, so he should be okay. Although Pharaoh is, I believe, the slightly shorter stage. Jorge taking on Bright. Ooh, I don't think he got a shot there, but very smart. Fixes it up with a few quick shots to make sure that the health values are set up. Low on health, though. Ooh, but he makes it out. Very good. Very nice.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Alright, so now the other runners are gonna do, like, the reverse to where the other way around, though, to where... Like, Waiter's gonna do Bright, and Jorge is gonna do Pharaoh, man.
Yeah, the advantages of both here. So one of the advantages of doing Pharaoh second is you get to take the Flash Stopper, the Bright Man weapon, in with you, and you're gonna see Jorge switch to it. And there's a cool glitch with Flash Stopper where if you're sliding, the timer for it to unfreeze does not go down. So all that crazy business that you saw Waiter have to deal with and mash through and slide through is just a breeze for Jorge, as he's going to just cruise on through. Makes the balloon pit jump much safer because you don't have to worry about getting bonked in. Typically you have to refreeze about here when you're going over. Makes it no problem. Waiter going for balloons, going to hold my breath here. Let's go, buddy.
Oh boy.
First triplet.
Oh.
Okay, let's get the backup. He wanted a back D boost there. Ooh, gets
the damage boost. Okay.
And it looks like he's gonna make it. Get it? Ooh, has to double back, but very nice. Big.
Oh, thank goodness that damage boost. Sometimes you got damage boost that strikes, you know.
Yeah, if this was GDQ, we'd be hearing the clapping and the little guy in the background going hype. So he made it through very nice. Now he's going to take Pharaoh into the Bright fight, and we'll talk about that in a sec. Jorge cruising on through. Should be very similar to what we saw with Waiter as he's cleaning up this stage. And as you can see, they're beginning to sync up. Jorge not far behind at all as he's going to come up to his boss door. Waiter taking advantage of the routes, though, very nicely. And hopefully he has a good fight here. The trick with this Bright fight is you bonk Bright with that overhead shot. And when you do that, you still retain a full charge shot. Ooh, he's going to have to fix it. No, Waiter, no! Hit him with one shot! Waiter, please! Please, I don't think he noticed.
Oh, don't get frozen, don't get frozen.
I think he's going to. Maybe he did fix it and I didn't see. Oh, and he takes a hit. But yeah,
Oh,
You
man.
can see because it was off. It was off pace. If you hit it, if you don't have a fully charged orb, you have to fix it by hitting with a couple smaller shots to set the values. With two more small shots to do as if you had done a full charge.
Yeah.
But the trick here is he's setting up those values. What makes the fight faster is that you bonk him with that overhead shot. And then, another small one. You bonk him with that overhead shot, and which leaves you with a free shot to throw. And he's gonna have to do a buster shot here.
Yeah, he froze him because he's out of amp.
Yeah. So pretty rough for Waiter there, but not too bad. I mean, it's a little brutal, but he's not so far behind Jorge that it could make enough difference to completely shut it down. So he's just got to push forward from here. Jorge heading into Ringman. We're going to see some balloons to scale this vertical. If you want to talk about some balloons, Coops.
Yeah, so Ringman stage has a lot of balloon action at the beginning part of this, and then when it comes to like the sub bosses though, like the hippo fight and then the slinky fights though, like you can you can skip almost all of them, but you're forced to actually fight one of them. If I'm
more like
correct, that is.
hippo. So Jorge skipping the first hippo, and yes, there's only one that you have to fight. It's this one coming up here, but it's a nice little quick kill to get through it swiftly. Fortunately, hitting the ring mini boss with a fully charged Pharaoh takes it out in one shot instead of having to time all your hits. So, ooh, Jorge having a little bit of trouble with the quick kill, has to pull back.
Oh boy.
This is a tightly routed stage. It's a lot like Cossack 2 we'll see later in that in that you use all your health and ammo very specifically. So just a few small mistakes can make you have to change your strats pretty drastically. So it's definitely a stage that you want to try to get as consistent as possible. Jorge playing it safe, having a little bit of mix up here in the Saturn room, but makes it through just fine. It's one of the most dangerous rooms in the entire stage, for sure.
Yeah.
Up on Ringman fight. Dangerous fight. You typically get there with low ammo and health, so it's very easy to die. I think Jorge might have enough health to take one body shot from Ring. Yeah. Because contact damage is huge in this game. It's 8 damage per hit, except for Pharaoh, who does 6. Jorge with a nice fight. It scared me a little at the end there. I didn't think he was going to hit him within the iframe window, but makes it out. Let's see what kind of action we get for Waiter. And
when it comes to the Ringman fight though, like his attack though, like will go back and forth, like either up and then down though, as you see here though on Waiter's screen though.
It's pretty consistent. He acts depending on like where you're at and how you're moving. So like if you go too far left after the first 2 hits, he'll actually walk right into you. So you have to be a little careful. Like, too fast. Jorge switching to Bright. You see Bright or Pharaoh here. I'm pretty sure that Waiter uses Pharaoh here. Like, yeah, he does. So we'll probably get to see the 2 differences in strats. I don't think he would have switched. So I mean, if he's going for balloons, I imagine he'll probably do Pharaoh. So Jorge though, just cruising on through this screen, getting pretty decent luck with the drops a little bit. Gets through with relatively little trouble. Very dangerous stage. Everything can kill you. I feel like some stages there's a lot of ways to go slow, and the little mistakes you can make that definitely add up. And there's stages like this where like just messing up on something will just kill you.
Yeah.
So hopefully Waiter has an okay time of the lag room screen. His rhythm's off just a little bit. Jorge getting the fast crushers, very nice, very good to see. And we're going to have Jorge coming into Dust. Hopefully he will get some good patterns. Waiter here, hopefully going to make quick work of the Crusher.
Alright, as Jorge is now into the Dustman fight. Now, Dustman is pretty RNG heavy, though, as with this suck thing. And like what Toad mentioned like in the last stream though, like when he sucks though, you can like move your body into his suck, like you see here on Jorge's stream, you know, screen, you know.
Yep, you get to cancel it, which is nice. Unfortunately, with Drill Man, you can't cancel his shenanigans, but
No.
Waiters threw nicely to Dustman himself. Hopefully, he gets some good respect from Dustman. And then Jorge's going to be moving into Skull, where we'll see our first zip. Unfortunately, just getting some meanness from Dust, but cruising on through, getting out of Dust. Still pretty close race. The gap could definitely be closed at this point in time over the course. Jorge is going to be coming up on our first and only RTA zip that we typically see. Sometimes you see a zip in Dustman, and sometimes you see a zip at the end of Wily 1. But that's usually the one that you'll consistently see everyone do, is that little suck through the wall.
Yeah.
This is another balloon stage, so lots of cool balloon action. I really like it to see it and play it. It's probably one of the cool, iconic parts about this game. And Jorge's cruising on through, coming on towards the end. Alright, switching over to our Flash Stopper, which we're going to see pretty much like from here until the end of 8 Robos. At the beginning of Dive, Drill, and Toad, we're going to be switching into Bright, and we're in the case of Bright and Toad, using it literally until we are in the boss room. So, Jorge make a nice smooth ride to Skull, and Skull has a bit of RNG with his Skull Shield. He can leave it up to about 4 seconds, or he can drop it right away. So hopefully we'll see some good luck for Jorge here.
Yeah.
And yeah, Skull is a famously good track, really good. Dive, both Skull, Dive, Cossack 1, 2, Cossack 3 are all considered super good, usually by most people. Sometimes Ringman. Okay, Jorge makes it out as Waiter's entering our Skull fight. Hopefully get some goodness for... Ooh, Skull being mean.
Not being so nice.
Jeez Louise.
But now Jorge is on to Dive Man stage.
Yeah, Dive Man stage has an interesting thing. So Mega Man 4 in general, when there's a foreground tile on Mega Man, I believe, water and ladders are both like this. You cannot jump out of a slide. So you have a couple. You basically will see people walk and not slide off ledges, because just a wrong slide will kill you. Or you'll see cancels where you press left and your slide at the very edge before you jump. The advantage of this is you get more horizontal movement, and when you get nice, good cancel off of a ledge like that, you can jump smaller and shorter, which saves time. So if you can hit nice, tight slide cancels, it's good for saving time. But it's definitely a strat where if you don't do it well, then it's actually loses time. So you'll see these guys, whales, mash them out. Ideally, you hope for a nice 2-cycle. Jorge making it on through to our second.
Yep.
Okay, switching to Skull to get rid of those rays. So you have to be real careful with those rays when you do that strat, because if you waste any ammo, you're not going to have enough ammo for the dive fight. And if you don't hit dive correctly in this fight, you will also waste that ammo. So it's pretty scary. Very nice, Jorge. A little dirty, but I think he wanted to actually do that on purpose, so that way he could maybe save on ammo, like and not hit that missile. But,
yeah.
Maybe he's just bonking around. But either way, solid stuff. Waiter heading on into the fight himself. They're actually, since the gap was created, they've been pretty consistent. We've been seeing Waiter coming into the boss fight, like right as Jorge is leaving his boss fight. So.
All right, so Jorge is now on to Drillman stage, and now Drillman though is very RNG heavy though, and his stage is also can be very tricky though, because as you're gonna see in later on is that it's like a mine stage though, to where if you don't hit the switches though, if you gotta hit the switches though, it'll trigger the platforms though, and also there's falling rocks on that stage as well.
Yeah, those falling rocks are pretty brutal. Thankfully, the Flash Stopper makes really good work at this stage. I think we mentioned it before, but the glitch with the Flash Stopper is that while you're sliding, the timer for it to unfreeze doesn't go down. So if you have really good movement, you can extend it for quite some time. Jorge opting to slide across the spikes. That's a pretty tricky room if you don't freeze it accurately, and then those bullets are in the way, and you have to modify your strat. You can either slide across the spike or take a little D-boost where that first turret is, and then jump up and slide and go. So this is that last screen where you gotta slide it out, try to extend that flash, hit those switches. Fortunately, the switches are pretty nice. As long as you flip the switch, I believe the platform is there even as it's like just appearing, so it's pretty reliable too.
Yeah.
Small little jumps and activate them.
It's not too much into a it's not too hard to like hit those switches. It's not in too much of a tough spot though, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty reliable. It's set up that if you just the switches are set up almost that if you just play normally, you're pretty much guaranteed to hit them. They're not like too far out of the way or anything. Drill doing
what Drillman does.
Yeah, he'll just dive at any time, waste a little over 4 seconds. It's very unfortunate. And yeah, as mentioned in chat, yeah, this is one of the more consistent stages because you use Flash Stopper. Any stage where you get to use Flash Stopper almost exclusively, like Dive and Toad coming up. Toad is very similar to Drill, where you switch in the very beginning and then literally switch in the boss room. So because the control you get from the Flash Stopper being able to lock everything in screen and then basically just it's all dependent on your movement makes it extremely useful.
Yeah. All right, so both players are getting ready to go onto last but not least, Toadman.
Pretty much the best boss. Cough, Drillman coughed. Dive Man, or somebody instead of Drillman. Oh, what a jerky dive man. Oh, okay, Moon Cues. Got it. Okay, I thought it was me. I was like, I could have very possibly said that. Ooh, Jorge taking a spill on the exact jump.
Oh, man.
That we saw Mr. Otter almost take a spill on in the last one. Very scary stuff, just like last time. You know, this rain is no joke. That's the most troubling thing for Toad on stage is that even though you get Flash Stopper, the movement hazards in the stage itself are something you have to reckon with. This rain pushes you back. The water pushes you in whatever direction it pushes you. And then if Mega Man's toes are underneath the vertical waterfalls, they will suck you down and you can't jump out of it. So you got to be very careful if you're going to be putting these little micro slides in on these platforms right here. Jorge doing it no problem. But yeah, it can definitely be very scary.
Yeah, definitely.
But this is an extremely close race, as you can see. Jorge coming up on his first snail, and Waiter doing the same. So, I mean, it's, you know, blinking at the wrong moment could change the pace for either of these runners, or the lead.
Yeah.
Shout out to Squidman. Ooh, Jorge! Trying to get that jump, doubles back to set up to fix it.
Oh, man.
Unfortunately, takes a spill on the spikes. Shifting the lead more confidently over to Waiter. Not absolutely, you know, like run ending or race ending, I suppose. But ooh, not in bright. Did he not have ammo? I suppose that's what happened. So he has to fight the snail, and that's a pretty big dent. Again, something that is recoverable from, especially depending on what goes on with Waiter, but that is pretty harsh.
Yeah, well, as what we forgot to mention last stream, though, it's actually the evil Gary the Snail, though, wouldn't you say, Toad?
I suppose it's actually funny because I had somebody that hadn't really played Mega Man 4 that began watching my runs, and like after a couple months, I actually finally messed up a snail freeze because it's pretty simple to do consistently. I messed up a snail freeze, and the snail appeared. And the person was like, "It's a snail!" Like they didn't even know that what was there. They were like, "That's funny. I didn't even know that's what it looked like." So
Yeah, Toad, you can just tell Gary to go back to SpongeBob, wouldn't you say?
get on out of here. Go meow at somebody else.
Okay, so anyways, so Waiter is now at Cossack stage number 1, though, and this one's a pretty this one can be pretty tough though, because especially with like yeah, well, what you're gonna see here is these like it's like you gotta use balloon weapons though, but you can it's an icy stage, and so you could easily slide and fall down, you know.
Oh yeah, ice mechanics definitely a hazard. And we don't have the advantage of bright, but it is pretty consistent, as you can see. It looks super dangerous, and it is. But like once you kind of get the hang of it, it's consistent, if that makes sense. There's not a lot of variables you have to worry about that could go wrong. Like in Dustman, for instance, in the red block room.
Yeah. Well, another thing you gotta be careful with is those things that can break your jump, though. You know what I mean?
Out of the pit, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you'll see them in later Mega Man games, though, too, you know.
Yeah, when they if you just mistime your jump at all, they will pop you and hit you into the pit.
Or if you don't
Waiter,
expect where they're coming, though. So yeah, go ahead, Toad.
Oh yeah, so Waiter heading into Moth. The ring has a 1 pixel hitbox that's right in the center of its giant sprite, so it's very deceptive. And the Moth hitbox is very small too, so that's a fight that when you're learning it, it's very easy to think that you should have hit it and you hadn't. So a lot of runners will make it look easier than it is, in that in actual attempt, it's surprisingly difficult.
Yeah.
Jorge taking a couple hits, opting to grab and fall.
Oh.
Ammo here. He is.
Okay. Probably taking a refill on that, on his. Yeah.
She's trying to improv. Unfortunately, he takes a fall. I can see what he's going for. This is the screen definitely where you have to know your backups in order to not waste a ton of extra time, because there's a lot of things that are tempting to do. Ooh, no E-Tank. He's gonna opt to take out the guy. Ooh, oh, he has 1 health. Scare me here, Jorge. He needs to have a good.
Oh no. How many lives does he have left, though?
It's good for lives, but this is still very scary. Meanwhile,
Okay.
Wade takes the hit. This sets him back pretty far. There are no boss checkpoints in the castle stages, so that's a pretty big dent. Shouldn't lose heart. I mean, there's still a lot of game to play yet, with mistakes to be made that could mistakes that are easy to make that could also change the lead. Like, for instance, a death to cockroach twins, that kind of thing. So he hopefully will pick up another life at some point. But Waiter coming into Square Machine kind of quietly had a really good Cossack too, as we focused on Jorge's peril.
You forgot to do the count, though, Toad. It was like what was the first count, though?
I think he had a 2, and so now I think
it might have been a 2. That's a 3.
Yep. So he's the big RNG with Square Machine here is that he can either give you a 1, 2, or a 3. A 1 is where he forms right away. 2 is where he forms after 1 pass, and 3 he does 2 passes and then forms. 3 is obviously just waste a ton of time. Just absolutely awful.
I know.
But he makes it out, so that's good. Starting into Cossack 3, our auto scroller, very famous for donation stage. And and a good breather after the first 2 difficult stages. As you'll see, as Jorge is going through very tightly routed stage, you use all your health and balloon ammo very specifically, and any kind of goof either way is something you have to recover from.
So Waiter's now on Cossack number 3.
Yep, just heading on through.
The auto scroll level.
There's not a lot of ways to save time here because, you know, it progresses on its own. But one of the things you can do is lag control. So you can take out those turrets as soon as they come on screen, make sure they don't fire bullets. There's some business to do as well by staying still until those little red platform spinny guys get off screen, basically limiting your movement until other sprites are off screen. Too much stuff on screen is gonna slow it all down. So, but other than that, it's just basically staying safe, not getting complacent, taking too much of a breather, forgetting enemies, that kind of thing. So, but if you just kind of keep on your toes, it's not too bad. The biggest risk is at the end with the cockroach twins, but that also is a consistent fight. So if you do it well, you should be good to go. Jorge doing good with these balloons over here, taking the safety health, but also making it through safely. They both just kind of quietly made it through these stages without us addressing just how cool the stage is. The balloon action is just so cool. The D-boosts across the spikes, the precise and good movement in that checkpoint room. So, yeah.
Let's do the number game with Jorge, Toad, wouldn't you say?
With the square machine?
Yeah, on Jorge's part.
You just got a 3?
3, yeah. Oh boy, that's not good.
Hopefully, maybe we'll get a little bit of a smile from fate, and he'll give him a 1, throw a little break his. Aw, 3.
Oh man,
Unlucky.
that's like terrible luck here, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's a thing that can happen, but
it happens. I know.
He's got the health. Ooh, come on. Okay, yeah, he gets that cycle. Let's see how Waiter does here against Cockroach Twins.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Waiter, please. Okay, takes the deep. Very smart. Jump that bullet. Can he get Rush Jet? Oh, come on, please.
Coil, save him, save him. No! Save him. No, man. Oh my gosh.
Had it. That is so difficult to save.
Man,
so
he just had like did everything he could with Rush though to save him, you know.
He did good. You know, there was some quick thinking with those D-boosts. Like he was like, I don't have iframes. I'm gonna jump into this bullet, and then he also bonked the guy. But I mean, he almost had it. It's very difficult. I actually like that. Mr. Otter went for.
I kind of thought he was gonna get it though.
I mean, it looked like it. It looked like Mr. Otter almost had that balloon too, but I mean, that's just a very tricky situation. I'm almost tempted to go and practice recovering from that specifically. Just like spend time falling on the spikes and getting my way out of it. Waiter has a comfortable lead, so even though it's frustrating and a bummer to have to go back and do it all over again and probably pick up ammo, he's still on a solid lead. Can't have too much of that happening, but he shouldn't have to have a ton of sweat off of that.
What are your chances recovering from the spikes in the cockroach stage, Toad?
I don't know about chances. I think that if you have... it's less probability and more like if you have the wherewithal to react and do it properly. Because, I mean, it's pretty fair. I mean, you have these little windows and these platforms. If the gaps between the platforms were smaller, like 1 tile or something crazy, I think the balloon would maybe make it a little easier than the rush coil. But I mean, it's hard. But it really depends on how you react and if you're in a position to make it work. Because sometimes, because you need all the time you can get with your iframes, or you need to do something like Waiter did, where you bounce against a bullet. Because if you fall, like if you take a deboost on the platform, for instance, and a lot of your iframes are spent on the platform backing up and then falling, really hard. But if you like for instance, jump into the Cossack catcher and you're already falling as you have your iframes, it's a lot more realistic to make a recovery from that problem.
Oh, for sure. So Waiter now is into Cossack, the final stage of Cossack Castle.
Yep, pretty mellow. Not super long.
But kind of tricky, though, because you could be caught in a pickle, though, am I right?
Yeah, I think the scariest thing that's going to happen in this stage is what's coming up here in the boss fight. Waiter goes for the rush coil strat, which is reliable. If you go for the balloon, that's the scariest thing. So yeah, not too bad. Jorge making it out of the cockroach twins.
And Waiter picks up an extra E-tank just in case.
Coming up on Cossack. So it's a cool little crane guy. He's affected by sliding in weird ways as well, much like the Flash Stopper, and I feel like there's one more thing that it messes with. I can't remember. But anyway, he's going to fight Cossack Catcher and probably do a bit of control with those slides. The only differences between Mega Man 4 and Rockman 4 happen here. In Mega Man 4, the Cossack Catcher delays very slightly at the beginning before he starts moving. In Rockman 4, he moves right away. Both are fine. I don't feel like one is truly harder than the other. In my experience, I feel like the Mega Man 4 fight is actually a little more uncomfortable because of the delay in movement. I find it a little harder to predict and control the movement, whereas when in Rockman 4 he's going to move right away, so it makes it easy to control, easier to control it, I think.
And just like that, Wily's back again.
The big old surprise, and we head into our Wily. Funny enough, out of the first 6 Mega Mans on NES Mega Man games, this is the longest classic Mega game. At 37
minutes. I think like if you go like to the later trilogy though, I mean I think 7 is like really hard though, and same with Mega Man 9 though.
7 has that infamous boss fight, right? Everybody always tells me that Capsule in Mega Man 7 is just the worst.
Well, also the Capsule in Mega Man 9 though is also like very hard as well though.
Heading into the Met stage, Wily 1, really cool, clever stage. All the enemies are Mets. Most of them die in one hit, but there's the spinny, dancy ones will die in 3 hits, so you gotta charge. So, making slides through this water room, as you can see, very dangerous. You accelerate very, very quickly in your jumps underwater, so with the spike ceiling combined with that, it's a nice little setup for disaster.
Yeah.
Into the Yoku blocks. Shoutouts to Waiter for the Waiter strat that we see him do.
Yep, the rush with Rush Jet though.
Cool, so he makes it on into the last room, and then we'll be coming up on Met Daddy. It was a bunch of RNG. He can delay how long it takes for him to open in between cycles, and he can shorten how long he's available to be hit when he does open up for a cycle. So you basically want to hope for long cycles and short breaks in between them. So
when it comes to the Met Daddy though, you don't want to when he'll like jump though, and he'll make like some some mini earthquakes. You gotta time your jump like just right though. You don't want to be slightly off, or else he'll freeze you like on the ground though.
Yeah, getting frozen is extremely consequential. It wastes a ton of time because you, didn't get the last hit. That's
all right.
So Waiter making it out, a-okay. Heading on into Wily 2, the dog stage, because we're gonna have Rush Jet equipped almost the entire time. There's 2 parts in the stage where Rush Jet use is essentially mandatory, or basically a platform needs to be used to move up. So so it ends up, for menu reasons, just end up being faster to stay on Rush Jet. Hopefully we get some good luck for Jorge here. Good so far. We'll see. Hopefully he gets a long pattern on the next one. He does, and that's enough to seal the deal. Excellent. Thank you, Med Daddy. So Waiter moving into Rush Jet, going to be using it from here on. Well, that was so close. I swear I thought that saw was going to hit him. I was so worried for him.
Oh boy, yeah.
All right, and moving on through, you'll be seeing him summon Rush Jet, because in order to fire the bullets, Rush Jet has to be on screen. Waiter not getting a little too close to the wall, that's fine. Not a huge goof. Doing very good rush placement there, facing right. Rush will face whatever direction you're facing when he forms. And so in that room, if you want to form him facing right, because if you form him facing left, the position he's at will be to your left, and he will begin moving left when you are on him. And if that is the case, you have to jump very precisely to make it up there and not have to redo it. Whereas you have a little bit more leeway. Ooh, Waiter taking a little death there.
Oh, man.
It's a tight race. They are now in the same room at like the same time. The sync here is going to be insane.
Yeah.
He's a Rush Jet, but this is wild. It's anybody's game now.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunate for Waiter, but from a race and viewer perspective, this got real spicy just now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. As our good friend and fellow runner Rats has pointed out, likely coming down to that our refight RNG.
Oh yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what Waiter's gonna do to in this fight. I'm wondering if he'll opt to not go for the drill or if he's gonna play it safe. I think either way is a good call.
Mm-hmm.
Making it through the door almost at, oh man, the sync here is real. This is insane.
Yeah, so now both runners are at Taco Trash, though. As you see here, they're like using a combination of 3 like weapons, though, like with Toadman's weapon and of course Drillman's weapon and Ringman's weapon, and just like that, Taco Trash is out.
Yeah, Waiter having a little bit of difficulty with his Taco Trash fight, but that's okay. Still very close behind Jorge. This is pretty much insane. Depending on it's exactly as stated. The refights are the make or break here. Depending on the luck these guys get, and it could flip around multiple times possibly. We could see it flip in Skull easily, depending on the Skull barrier. Like if they both play well, even reasonably well, the luck is what's gonna determine it.
So now we are going to go into the refights of the robots here.
This is a good song too. I enjoy this track.
Oh, me too. I like a lot of Mega Man music, you know.
Mega Man music is fantastic for sure. So here we have Pharaoh. We're using Dust against Pharaoh. His actual weakness is Bright, but is terribly slow. You freeze him and you only get Buster, which is like 1 hit per set of iframes. So as you can imagine, it takes a million years to whittle him down when you freeze him. Dust is also the weakness of Skull, who we're going to fight after this. And fighting Pharaoh, given that you're okay with your ammo, fighting Pharaoh is faster with Dust than it is with Buster.
Yeah.
So we'll see what kind of luck we get. This is where it starts to get rowdy if we have good matches here.
Yep.
Pretty decent shield for Jorge. And pretty decent for Waiter, too. Not bad.
Alright.
Heading on into dive. Decent fight. Decent fight for as well. Jorge getting his 5. Waiter getting his as well.
Alright.
Yeah, this is crazy. I feel like a chameleon right now, looking at both screens with like individual eyeballs to like notice everything happening.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, drill This is it. Depending on the luck here for where they're at, this makes or breaks it.
Yep. Alright. They both get the first hit on Drill Man. Switch over to Dive Man's weapon.
Both getting a dive. Look at this. Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
Is this even randomized? Is this seed even random? Look at that. The sync. Oh my god, going into Toad at the exact same time. Like in perfect sync. This is insane.
Holy cow.
This is edge of your seat action, folks. It comes.
Wow.
They both play perfect, and I don't know what is going to happen with the.
I don't know what to say. All right, both are on into Ringman's fight.
Having a little bit of bonk, but no problem. Wait, Jorge making it out good. Oh, here we go. This is another. This is it. This could change again depending on what happens.
Oh boy.
Both have decent health for a couple stops though, and they definitely are going to have to do it. I don't know if they know how close they are, but. If Dust could break it. Jorge already having a little trouble. Waiter getting some insane respect from Dust. And Dust just... Oh no! Dust taking out Jorge! Wow!
No! Oh no! Well, someone in the chat was like saying, who's hoping for a tie though? Has ties even ever happened in a speedrunning race before?
They have. And they've been very, 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 very close as well.
Wow. That is crazy. So anyways, rip earphones though when it comes to this Wily machine fight number 1 though. I mean you hear that loud screeching sound, you know.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, it's one of the weird. Oh no, Dust takes out Jorge again. Oh, and it's a game over and refights, please. Oh, it's the biggest heartbreak. It looks like Jorge is actually gonna call it. I think I see his timer stopped.
Yeah,
which is honestly, I could
throw in the towel.
Game over to refights, especially game overing at the end of refights, is easily the most heartbreaking death I think that you can take.
Oh
so,
man,
Jorge,
especially if you're putting.
He put up a really good fight. It was the sync in the refights was incredible. They're both very good and obviously evenly matched runners. So. That's just how it happens to shake out sometimes. Something like that happens to the best of us. So big GG's to Jorge, and he played a really good match. Moving on into Capsule here for Waiter. Let's see what kind of luck he gets. He's got good ammo. He's basically locked in. So he's just got to clean up here, and he'll be good to go.
Yeah. So Rats was saying though, what happens if Waiter forfeits too?
Then I will take their place. No. I don't. Waiter taking him out looks like a 42-51. Big GG's.
I think both of us would take their place. Wouldn't you say, Toad?
Yeah, we can sub in. That'd be fun. GG's to Waiter though. Absolutely great play. Good effort from both of them. Unfortunate that Jorge took that rough death, but Waiter pulls out. Hopefully, we'll get both of them in for an interview.
Yeah, I was about ready to say that though.
Let me hit the done. Okay. Alright, yeah, so I'm not sure if we're going to get these guys in here for an interview. I don't think I'm the one sending out the little invite, at least I...
Oh, there's one of them. There's Jorge.
Oh, cool.
I'm not sure if Waiter's going to come on in. What's up?
Hey, Jorge, what's going on, man?
A lot's going on.
Good.
Heartbreaking to see you lose this in the, get a game over, though, you know?
I'm so frustrated, but it's fine. It was I had a good early game, despite the death in the first screen of the game. But
yeah.
it all went downhill, and then I started going good again, and then that happened.
Yeah, well, I mean, you did. It's as you said. You did play well, though. The recoveries you made were nice. And this, I don't know if you guys saw, like, there were a lot of moments where you were synced, some good lead changes. So from a viewer perspective, it was incredibly spicy, especially like up until that Dustman fight. Like, you guys came out of drill literally in sync. Like when Toadman hit the ground, it was at the exact same time. Like it was absolutely insane. So I mean, you guys are obviously a good match. It was a very fun race, with lots of twists and turns. So it's very good. Pot of Baines. I don't know if I speak good. I try.
Yeah. Yeah. Just to Waiter. Congrats.
Oh, thank you. That was quite a run. Yeah, I was. I didn't get to see what happened at the end. I saw that we were matched up, and then I kind of just like set focus on the second to last boss. And when I looked to click done, I'd already looked up and saw the quit, so I didn't actually see what had happened yet. But then I was told afterwards that's such a bad place to die to. It was so close.
I thought you guys were going to end in a tie, though.
I thought so too. When I missed the first couple shots on the final boss, I had no idea where you were. So in my head, I was like, "Oh my god, I just missed like 2 shots right away." Like you could have already taken 2 double hits and basically cleared out. So I started getting really nervous there because I was really confident going in because I had way more Pharaoh ammo than I needed. So it was, I kind of like psyched myself out there because I thought you were in the final room with me, so I was getting really nervous.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, excellent though. That's fun. Really good race that you. So I mean, yeah. So what do you think moving forward? I know Waiter, you're probably gonna grind a little Mega Man 4. Jorge, what do you think? Do you think you're gonna keep taking your time down, or do you have any other projects you're gonna be working on that we should look at?
I actually finished learning Mega Man 4 at the day of the heats. I learned like 6 stages that day. So I'm gonna keep working on it. I want to get a 38 and then move on to some other stuff.
So yeah, 38 is that's nice, and I could definitely see it. I was talking about it at the beginning too. I mean, like you're obviously super good at 5, and so it's exciting to see you come to 4. I'm looking forward to the 33.
I hope I can get good at it, at least decent.
Oh yeah, I'm learning.
It's not the case.
I'm learning 5 right now, so I'm gonna have to have you teach me some things.
There you go. Trade knowledge.
I don't have knowledge. I have ways to use your nerves to destroy your run.
Well, guys, so I think that's it from us. I don't know. Is there anything else you wanted to say, talk about before we wrapped up?
No, thank you guys for everything. Thanks for the race. That was amazing. I wish it would have finished a little bit closer, but I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I just want to say congratulations, and I hope you win now.
I hope so too.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna sign out here. I'm gonna reiterate some stuff. That concludes all of our scheduled matches for both Cossack and Kalinka Cup. So we're going to be looking forward to seeing the final 8 schedule their matches for Cossack Cup. It's going to be best 2 out of 3 for those guys from here on out. So as these matches are coming closer and closer in terms of their abilities. So very exciting stuff. Kalinka too, we're coming up on towards the very end. I think this is going to be semis and then finals, unless we're already at finals. Let me take a quick peek here. Can let you know. Finding the challenge. Of course, it's like when you want to show someone a video, right? That's when all your internet slows down, when you actually have something that you need to load quickly. course it doesn't want to load. That's always how it is. Oh, there it goes. Of course, I complain enough, and then it wants to work. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna be it's our semis. So we're gonna have Waiter versus I can't believe I just forgot who won Otter and Prince. I think it was I want to say Prince.
I think it was Prince. Yeah.
So wow, goldfish memory is so bad. It was that close. That's my excuse. It was that close of a match. But yeah, so we'll be in semis. It's gonna be Waiter versus Vinez, and then it's gonna be Resisting Frame versus Great John. So I mean, 4 great runners all duking it out, and then after that it'll be finals. The finals will be a best of 3 match for them, and then we're moving into Final 8 for Cossack Cup. So definitely keep your eye on the schedule. I saw someone hit MM4 Kalinka. If you hit !MM4, it pulls up all the Cossack information. And the final thing I want to talk about is the Matcherino, since that's up now. Gonna link you that real quick. Alright, so that's the Matcherino. That's where you can contribute to the prize pot for our Cossack Cup runners. We already are at $250 and climbing. We want to try to build and pump that up as much as you can. If you contribute, please use the coupon code COSSACCUP2020, capital C's. When you contribute, it automatically enters you to the prize giveaway. We're giving away some super hot prizes, some rare stuff. I got this Zero figurine for like $30 when it came out, and now it's sold out everywhere and costs $1 million. So I mean, there's like crazy cool stuff in your Mega Man 3 Game Boy, Mega Man Extreme 1 and 2 Game Boy, Mega Man X Collection for PS2, tons of figurines, a Mega Man desk lamp, card sleeves for card players, a Pez dispenser, all kinds of like fun little knickknacks that we're going to be doing a giveaway for, if that you can enter. And if you contribute on the Matcherino, just make sure to message me, confirm with me that you're entered, and then we'll have a prize giveaway stream after all this is over. But let's try to build as much hype and excitement and a huge reward for these runners for to add some spice to this competition. But that's it from me. I hope to see you guys again soon as we get closer and closer to the end. It's been amazing so far. Thank you to SpeedGaming for pulling all the levers behind the scene and orchestrating and making it what it is. Chrissy for the layouts, did a very good job. All the commentators so far, all the runners, of course, all the viewers for being here. Wouldn't be what it is without you guys. And thank you very much, Coops, for being here and joining me today. And
of course, it's been my pleasure, Toad.
Awesome. Well, I think that's it for us. This is Toad signing out. See you guys next time.
And Coops17 signing out. See you later.